Hey everybody, happy Monday. How's everybody doing? I wanted to post a quick video. I've been trying to stay away from the topic of politics, but I've been inundated with questions and comments and phone calls and people asking me what I think is going to happen with real estate after this election. And so I've been giving it a lot of thought, and we've at the real estate investment division team, we've been talking about this for about a good 5-6 months at least, and so I think it's time to talk about it just for a few minutes as we're getting closer to the election. My professional opinion is that no matter who gets voted in, one way or the other, it's going to be good for real estate. I don't see anything negative from either of these candidates, so let's talk about it for a minute. If Trump gets voted in, I mean, here's a guy who made his fortune and lost his fortune and made it again and lost it again and made it again, all in real estate. It would be crazy not to think that somehow real estate is going to benefit from having somebody in office that has a real estate background. Now, it's interesting enough because we started thinking about this way back when, and we actually just got our first piece of information that Trump is going to push for the release of BLM land, which is Bureau of Land Management, government-owned land, and push for that to be released, that land to be released to the power of the states individually. So if your state has BLM land, and that's going to be great for real estate. On the other side, you've got Hillary, who is definitely going to want to lend and get people into homes and start giving banks incentive to write loans and to get people into houses. So we're going to have a big buyer pool. I don't think that their price point's going to be real high. I think the average price point going forward here is going to drop a little bit for the next 18 months, and we're probably going to sit in Las Vegas. We're going to sit at probably the 225 mark for the average home, or at least the houses that are going to sell the most. So investors, all the investors, and this is why we're talking about it, most of my clients are investors. But the investors are excited about it because they're going to be getting properties at a lower price point than what they've been used to, and we're going to see rents go up as interest rates go up, and interest rates are definitely going to go up. I'm surprised they haven't gone up already, but I do understand they're probably waiting for the election to be done before the Fed does anything. If you've been paying attention, Janet Yellen has been making a lot of comments. I mean, she lets on way before some of these other Fed presidents have been. The FOMC chairman have been. Like Alan Greenspan, that man never made a face at all. He could have sneezed and his face would have stayed the same. He never let anything on. But I'm just joking, of course. But I think there's a lot of indication that she's going to raise it. And I think when she does, I think it's going to be a point to a point and a quarter. Or maybe they'll do a point and then a quarter. Or I think it's got to be a big jump, because here's the reason. If you've got banks that are going to lend, they have to have incentive to lend, which means interest rates have to go up. Now, the other thing is that I also believe that this is also going to create a rise in overall home value after that 18-month period of stagnation that I mentioned earlier. It's going to be about an 18-month period of stagnation while the banks raise interest rates and start lending and start getting the value of these loans that they're writing onto their books at higher and higher prices. I also think at the same time they're going to release the remaining portion of all of the homes that are on their non-performing asset balance sheets, and finally, that's from the TARP era, from the second Bush administration, when he released all the TARP funds to the banks. These things have been sitting on the banks now for 2 to 3 years since they cut off funds now. So I think that you're going to see due to the fact that there's going to be a lot of vacant properties coming on the market, which is going to be great for buyers. We're going to see another cash buy opportunity coming up for the next 18 months. And then you're going to see banks loans. So agents are going to be real busy. Investors are going to be real busy with a lot of opportunities. And traditional homeowners, if you're thinking about buying a home, or if you've been thinking about buying a home, now's the time to do it. Get prepared, because there's going to be a lot more selection. And as a result of inventory increasing, I think you're going to be able to get a real good price for a good period of time here, the next 12 months at least, I think 18. That's the only wild card in it, is how the banks are going to release the properties. And I think that they're going to detail that based off of what the investor pool, the cash market is at the time. I think they'll start dripping properties. My opinion is they're going to drip properties into the markets, flood it, and drop prices, because it's in their benefit to have loans being written at higher prices with higher interest rates. I mean, I don't know. I've been in finance, in the financial markets for a long time, and I've always seen it work like this. You know, if banks are going to want to make money, they got to make money. So I see it as a perfect storm, a great thing for real estate. I actually really don't care who gets in, because I think either way we're going to see some kind of a benefit in the real estate industry, and real estate as a whole. Also, and I'm just going to leave you with this, I'm sorry it's a long video, but also I also think that real estate is the last true commodities market on the planet, the last true supply and demand market on the planet. It works just like the commodities market, but with less speculation. Speculators are still present, but in much less effect as markets, and therefore real estate really is the only investment left on this planet that is minimally manipulated by outside forces. Having said that, I hope you guys have a great Monday. Hope you enjoyed the dissertation here, and I hope that it helps you out. If there's anything that myself or anybody on our team can do for you to help you out, please give me a call, a Facebook message, or a text message is best. 702-427-3380. Have a great day, guys.